Okay, so now we're gonna admit people. Okay, now you can go ahead.
Thanks for all the hard work you do. I mean, you got a lot of projects coming your way, so a lot of good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I see Melissa, no wind with that snow.
No wind, no trees down.
Which was amazing. I was like,
No wind. Otherwise, it would have been a lot more trees, cars damaged.
Joseph.
No wind. Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
I wanna hear about-
Oh, I did. You wanna make a motion?
No, Mr. Friend today.
Hello.
Did you hear him?
I know, I didn't. It won't give me the option.
Now.
Yes. I haven't seen this.
Drive the screen in here for the 50th time.
So, is that just loss of what I was gonna say?
We can change that, right?
Chuck, there it goes. I think it just popped up.
The screens are coming up over here.
What do we change part of it? This is just for saying.
So in that right-hand corner, that's how you can change the setting of the screen, right there. Yep. Gallery. you can do-
No, that's what I should be.
I do gallery,
Yeah,
because I
but
need to see everything. Or you can do like speakers or something.
there you go. So now let them take it from here.
Will be.
Yeah, that's not very
No,
But you don't have the right. Okay, so now when somebody talks from the outside, there's somebody waiting there, you know that, right?
Yeah, we can't let them in.
Well, I just have.
They have a meeting in September, whatever.
All right.
Yeah, I saw something on the library calendar where I was going. Not sure that it's actually correct. Before I announce it.
Yeah,
it might be louder. I know, the one meeting I.
You recall the first time, the first call that I called was perfect.
And after
And then
that,
after that, it's back.
it was like, after that, I put it up for the Zoom people and then turn it down for the people in here. And I was like, wow.
I will click, I'm gonna put start on the, start recording.
Hey, Jane,
You can
there's
start.
some sort of a pump going off on the street, on my street. Bobby was just telling me. Since he Ron to check it out. I was gonna text Ronnie still. So I don't know what it is. All we need.
You do it here.
Sounds like a pump, he said.
I mean, I can take.
Good now.
6:50.
You ready?
6:59.
Mine shows 7 o'clock.
7, yeah,
You
7
ready?
just came up. 7.
Counselor, we want to start. Are you good?
Clock 5 minutes.
Cynthia, you good?
We're good.
Mr. Kusia, you ready? Welcome, everyone, to Township Council meeting Monday, August 23rd, 2021. This meeting is now called to order. Council Member Hablitz, can you lead us in the flag salute, please?
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, it says low sound levels have been found across all recording channels. This is the same thing that happened last time. The Zoom is still working.
Are we okay? Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Hablitz. Mrs. Kraus, please read the statement of public notice.
Take notice that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with NJSA 10:4-8 and NJSA 10:4-10 as follows. Notice of the meeting was prominently posted on the bulletin board at the municipal building located at 225 Main Street, Little Falls, New Jersey on July 22nd, 2021. Copy of the notice was mailed to the North Jersey Herald and News and the Record on the same date. Additionally, a copy of the notice was filed in the office of the Township Clerk on said date. This meeting is being conducted under the circumstances surrounding the COVID-19 health situation. Only 25 members of the public will be allowed to attend the meeting in person. A link and a telephone number to join the meeting virtually can be accessed
Yeah, it depends. I don't know. But with alcohol, it's always very different. It's very strong.
No, I deal with that on a daily basis. When we're going to send something overseas, there's always has, unless it's just a letter. But when you're sending something like this or something like this, it has to be documented.
Well, I've sent Ben a tequila, but it's just that it was perfume.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, I wrapped it in t-shirts and just says it's perfume.
Okay.
This is Danielle.
But now,
Oh.
cerveza is
Esa es Victoria with her. Julio, mira.
what?
Johnny.
Victoria?
Johnny, mira.
Sorry, no más.
Johnny,
I
I haven't been in.
nobody likes Corona.
Council President.
I just wanted to remind everyone a few things about the library. The library is still going strong with all of its events, both in person and virtually. As we speak tonight, they're having a drive-in bingo. That seems to be a big hit. This is the second time they're doing it this summer. The kids seem to love it. So grandkids, children, bring them down over to the library and take advantage of some of the events that they have. There is going to be one change that took place this week for the library. The library will go back to having masking indoors, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, for all patrons. So that's a little bit of a change that they had recently this week due to the increase in Delta variant. Also, the library is going to be having their Friends of the Library meeting starting to be September 28th at 7 p.m. They are still looking for a vice president and for a recording secretary for them. The Friends of the Library really help to raise extra funds for the library. So if you know anyone who's interested, please contact the Friends of the Library. You can find their email contact on the library webpage. The other thing I want to talk about today is the farmers market. The farmers market is still going very strong. Going into the fall, it'll be until November 7th. Right now is a great time. All produce that in New Jersey, tomatoes, corn, some of the fall squash and things that are coming in, eggplant. It's really a great time to get the freshest produce, support artisan vendors. The farmers market is open every Sunday from 9 until 2 through November 7th. And September 12th, we're going to be bringing back our Green Fair. 2 years ago, we started the Green Fair and it was pretty successful, but since we decided to bring it to the farmers market to have better attendance, be better noticed by our community. And we will have great vendors there talking about educating us and becoming a greener community. PSE&G will be there. Schumacher Chevrolet will be with a hybrid car, and a few other recycling vendors, composting. So come on down to the farmers market on September 12th to check that out. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Havelitz. Councilmember Quaddi.
Thank you, Council President. Yes, I'm looking forward to the Green Fair as well. We did it 2 years ago and it was a huge success. And I think there's a bit of an overlap between people who attend Green Fairs and attend farmers markets. So we're looking for that to help both sides of the equation there. Movie nights have been a huge success. This week we are showing Star Wars and we're finishing the program
Recording in progress.
include we also had a DJ and there was a lot of dancing. I know Councilmember Cherry stopped by with his kid and it was really a wonderful time. The seniors really danced quite a lot in that heat. And we're looking forward to our next program, which is going to be on September the 15th, which is a energy weatherization program that's going to be held at the Civic Center. Phyllis Dillon, our member of the senior advisory, is putting that program together. That's going to be 1 to 3 at the Civic Center. For those that want to get some more information, you can contact Town Hall, or you also could sign up there. So that program is going to, again, be on September 15th, and it's 1 to 3. Mayor Damiano, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Council President. Only a couple of things this evening. First has to do with an amendment to this evening's agenda and an alcohol ordinance in town. Upon review and in consultation with the police department, there were some provisions of the ordinance that needed to be updated, really to allow them the ability to enforce potential infractions and violations. And an introduction of an alcohol ordinance. And what this does is, for consistency purposes, for consumption, and again, this is sale of consumption, not packaged goods. The sale for consumption, so meaning from a bar, you cannot purchase it between the hours of 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. All 7 days of the week. And that is one of the ordinances that we are looking to have introduced this evening before a second reading. The other this evening is ordinance 1417. That's the fire department ordinance. Tonight is listed for just a public hearing on the ordinance. As much as it was listed because we had to advertise for it. And once it was advertised, we didn't want to remove it from the agenda. And as I've announced in the past, we're looking to keep this ordinance alive, for lack of a better term, so that the fire department can come to some sort of a resolution on what the ordinance should include in it, and so that the bylaws that the fire department pass, overlap and really, flow with the ordinance that we are looking to pass. So tonight is just a public hearing on the original ordinance. Now, as important as public comments on ordinances are, this ordinance is going to be amended. And there will be another opportunity for any public comment on the amended ordinance, which will be more of the final draft of the ordinance. So while comments are, of course, while it's open for comment, again, it's not the final draft that anybody would be referring to this evening. That's all that I have, Council President, as far as agenda items that I wanted to highlight this evening.
Thank you, Mayor Damiano. Does the council members have any questions for the mayor at this time? Seeing none, Councilor Wenzel, it's good to see you. Do you have anything to say? Thank you. Have a motion to open the meeting for public for
you leave on his whereabouts? As soon as we know anything, I'll let you know. You gotta help me find him. What an investigative reporter. You could use my help. Ask the wrong question. Maybe someone was desperate to get whatever it was back. She becomes the story. You put yourself off, right? If I was targeted, all the more reason to find Tony back. Redemption of Cherry Spring. Premiere Sunday, September 12th at 9 on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. Make any morning of the week feel like the weekend.
Are we live or are we having an issue? Okay,
Yeah. So we pronounce Philip.
yes,
This is the one that is going to be a second reading amended and
that is correct.
then we'll.
That is correct. You'll hold? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the, okay. I will have to read this just for the record. This ordinance will not be adopted this evening. However, we are required to hold the public hearing as it is advertised as such. The ordinance will be tabled to the meeting of September 13th, 2021 for a vote. Can I have a motion to close the public hearing on 1417?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Vanchery,
Second.
second by Council. Closing on 1417, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. This motion carries. Mrs. Kraus, please read ordinance 1423.
Second reading and public hearing of ordinance number 1423, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Little Falls in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, to amend Chapter 7 on street regulations of the Code of the Township of Little Falls.
Thank you. I have a motion to open to public hearing on one. Councilmember Vanchery, second by Councilmember Havelitz. All those in favor of opening to public hearing on 1423 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. Motion carries. We are now open to public hearing on 1423. If anyone like to say anything? Mr. Kusia? No? Okay, thank you. Have a motion to close the public hearing on 1423?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Vanchery, second. To close on 1423, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. This motion carries. 1423 is now closed. Have a motion to adopt ordinance 1423.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Hablitz, second by Councilmember Vanchery. Mrs. Kraus, please call the roll to adopt 1423.
Councilmember Hablitz,
Yes.
Councilmember Kawadi,
Yes.
Councilmember Seaver,
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery,
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Congratulations. That's been long overdue. Mrs. Kraus, please read ordinance 1424.
Introduction of ordinance number 1424, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Little Falls in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 11-8 and Chapter 11-9, hours of sale of alcoholic beverages, with a second reading and public hearing scheduled for September 13th, 2021.
Have a motion to introduce ordinance 1424.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
A motion was made by Councilmember Quaddi, second by Councilmember Hablitz. Mrs. Kraus, please call the roll to introduce ordinance 1424.
Councilmember Hablitz,
Yes.
Councilmember
House. I think we're coming, we're not live again, is that correct? Or are we? We are live? Because the screens look blank up ahead.
The host keeps disconnected, but the actual meeting is still going live because we have two co-hosts.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. So where are we? Oh, so the floor is now open for general matters.
Fernandez, Harrison Street. It seems like I'm the only one that has something to say.
It's okay, you're welcome to talk.
And I'm gonna make a comment. I know he has nothing to do with you, but he's bugging me, so I'm gonna mention. It's a comment. A couple of weeks before the election, the mayor went online and said to the constituents that if we had any questions about the election, please call. And you gave us a number for Passaic County Clerk, I believe it was, or the Board of Elections, something to that matter. I think it was the clerk, to be honest with you. And so I did have some questions, and I didn't want to bother you, so I called that number like 5 times. I left messages. I also got the email address. A lady, I forgot the name of the county clerk, something Ehoff at the end. Anyway, Nadine or whatever. So I did email her a couple of emails. I'm still waiting for a response. So when I see, by the way, I also called, I think it was, the title was the Superintendent of Elections. And I emailed Ken H., I think it was the email address at say county government or whatever. I sent him 2 emails. I called him a couple of times. 8 months later, I'm still waiting for an answer. So when I see the other day on the emails from the township that they're going to be taking care of passports, I was just wondering, are they the right people to handle a passport? Obviously, they have too much on their hands that they cannot handle a phone call or an election question or anything like that to handle passports on top of that. I think it's a shame that when you have a question, in this case about the election, and you call the person that is in charge in your county of the elections, they don't bother calling you back, or they don't even answer an email or anything. What is it, 9 months later? I'm sure they have time to answer. So kudos to the clerk, to the Passaic County clerk. As far as I'm concerned, useless.
Mr. Fernandez, to follow up on this, if you want,
No, I don't want to follow up. As far as I'm concerned, they're non-existent.
Do you have something else, Mr. Fernandez?
No, thank you.
Mr. Ray?
Raymond Kostrowski, 170 Donato Drive.
Good evening.
Just a quick thing. The house on the corner of Montclair and Paul Place, I believe it's 107 Montclair. I know the ordinance about fencing because I have a fence on my property on the corner. They have bushes that when you come up from Paul Place to Montclair, you cannot see on the left. There's a big tree there, which I know you can't do nothing about a tree. The tree's a tree. They have bushes that have got to be at least 5 feet high. And I know the ordinance years ago when I put my fence up was in front of the house is not supposed to be over 3 feet. It's supposed to be 50-50 fence, which it's neither.
Right. We'll definitely get on that. I think the ordinance is when you, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Kushner or the mayor, when you come to an intersection, those bushes have to be no higher than 3 feet, so you have the visibility of seeing oncoming traffic coming
I
at
know
you.
the ordinance, when I
Right.
put my fence up years
Right.
ago, it's
Okay,
in front of the house is
So-
3 feet and has to be a 50-50 fence, whether it's natural or artificial.
correct. And just to reiterate, that address is
I
107
believe it's
Montclair Ave?
107.
Okay, we'll look into it. Thank
It's
you.
Corner of Montclair and Paul Place.
Very
You
good.
can't miss it. When you come to the corner, you see the big tree and you see the bushes right there.
Okay, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Is there anyone on Zoom that would like to talk? Okay, seeing that there is none, can I have a motion to close the public comment?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Quaddi, second by Councilmember Hablitz. All those in favor of closing the public comment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed to that motion signify by saying nay. At this time, I can have a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Quattie, second by Councilmember Vanchery. All those in favor of closing this meeting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed to that motion signify by saying nay. This meeting is now closed.
Gotcha, gotcha. Weird, I never saw that before.
That's what I.
You know, I gotta tell people, there's a push and stuff. Teens and health, same thing, like I can.